Hey everybody, Cokeman 250 here, and today on Positively Preparing, we're going to be building some cedar raised beds, garden beds. Right now, I got my cheap little table saw out here that, yeah, it'll barely rip down some 2x, but you know what? It gets the job done. It was cheap, and no more than I use it, I can't ask for any more. So, anyway, I'm ripping down some 2x6s. I've already ripped one down. I'm ripping them in half, making 2x3s. And I think if I rip two of these 2x6s in half, that should give me enough of the corner stakes. It's going to be the 4 corners and 2 posts in the middle. That'll give us 24 2x3s, 16 inches long. And we're going to build 4 garden beds. So let me get to ripping these down. Alright, so we got the second one ripped down. Man, let me show you this. This is some pretty lumber. Man, that's some good looking grain. So anyway, we're going to cut these off to 16-inch increments. We should be able to get 6 out of each one of these sticks. And we'll have a short one. And the short ones we can probably use it on the well box. So anyway, I'm going to cut these down to 16-inch increments, and I'll be back. All right, so I got 2 piles going over here. I got one pile that's 101 inches long and another pile that's 102 inches long. And this just goes with, I'm trying to get the most out of the 1x's that I can in length. I'm squaring off one end, and some of them need squared off a little more than others. So out of those 2 piles, that's all the waste I got right now. And I've cut, this will be the 16th board right here. And we're just cutting this one, be 101 inches. That's my last of the sideboards. I've started cutting, I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it from over here. There's some short boards over there. I've cut 2 so far, and those are ending up being 50 inches long. Like I said, I'm just taking advantage of the wood, getting as most out of them as I can. So I'm gonna cut, I guess 16 more. 14 more 50-inch boards, and then we'll be back. All right, so I got 2 piles of lumber here. 3 piles, I'm sorry. I got sides that are 102 inches long, sides that are 101 inches long. Some of the boards were longer than others. You know, you're gonna get that when you get sawmill boards. But I tried to take the most advantage of the lumber as I could. So instead of just making them 8 foot, I just went as long as I could. And then all the ends, that pile down there is ends, they're all 50 inches long. And then I got all my corners stacked up on that. Was going to be my butcher table, used to be, but I've switched it to a workbench now. I'm going to get me a stainless steel butcher table. But anyway, so I got the corner pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some scrap that I have down here, and that's going to be my, that's going to help me flush it to the end. Because my other boards will come in, set right here along this side, and we want to make them flush. So anyway, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp this. And then I can drill it, flip it over, and drill it. I can clamp the other side too. And then I'll flip this over, and then I'll pre-drill. Then I'll just put some screws in there. All right, there it is. So we can flip it back over, do the same thing to the other end. That's what we got. We'll do the same thing on all of the ends. So that's all the scrap I've had, but there's what the end looks like. There'll be just enough to tuck them sides in and screw them on. So we're going to do the other 7 like this, and we'll get back with you. About time for a new driver bit.